Why does development vary among countries?
Why does development vary among countries?
Our topic today is, why does development vary among countries? Well, first I'm going to touch up basis on what is development. Development, the process of improving the material conditions of people through diffusion of knowledge and technology. For example, the division of the world is divided into wealthy regions and poor regions. We have MDCs, which is more developed countries, and LDCs, which is less developed countries. For example, an MDC would be the US, the UK, and Japan. An LDC would be Haiti, Afghanistan, and Ethiopia. There are three factors that can distinguish a country's level of development, and those three factors are economic, social, and demographic. For example, economic factor is gross domestic product, which is GDP. The social factors are literary rate and amount of education. The demographic factor is life expectancy. Gross domestic product per capita. Gross domestic product, which is GDP, is the value of total output of goods and services produced in a country, normally during a year. The gross domestic product per capita ties to where development is among countries. Types of jobs. Economic indicators distinguish between MDCs and LDCs. Types of jobs. Workers' productivity and availability of consumer goods jobs falls into three types. Primary, which is including agriculture, secondary, including manufacturing, and tertiary, including services. Dividing the GPA by total population measures the contribution made by the average individual toward generating a country's wealth and year. Now let's talk about consumer goods. The part of wealth generated in NDCs is used to purchase goods and services. Especially important are goods and services related to transportation and communications, including motor vehicles, telephones, and computers. Okay, social indicators of development. Like in our book, MDCs use part of their greater wealth to provide schools, hospitals, and welfare services. As a result, their people are better educated, healthier, and better protected from hardships.
Demographic indicators of development.
Demographic indicators of development. Demographic characteristics that distinguish between more and less developed countries include infant mortality, natural increase, and crude birth rates.
Let's talk about the literacy rate. It's the percentage of a country's people who can read and write. The rate exceeds 98% in MDCs compared to less than 60% in LDCs. The MDCs publish more books, newspaper, magazines per person because of more of their citizens read and write. Okay, education of literacy. In general, the higher the level of development, the greater are both and quantity of the quality of a country's education services. Okay, the question was, why does development vary among countries? Well, we have social demographic development, economic development, and we have demographic development. And these three factors are the reasons why economic varies among countries. Okay, now let's talk about consumer goods. Part of wealth.
Alright,
Come on. Part of wealth
let's
generated.
start over.
Now let's talk about consumer goods. It's the part of wealth generated in MDCs is used particular goods and services. Demographic characteristics. The distinct. Oh.
Distinguished. Just start over.
Well, productivity is the value of a particular product compared to the amount of labor needed to make it. Stop.
The amount of labor.
Stop.
Alright.
Demographic.
Okay, my demographic indicators of development. Demographic. Okay, life expectancy is a good reason. Okay, no, do you have life expectancy? Life expectancy is a good topic of.
Does development vary among countries? Well, productivity. Is it productivity? Is it productivity?